Barry Sakharov, Daniel Arshadnia, and Felix Banucci.
Good morning. My name is Barry Sakharov. I'm a community activist, a veteran of the United States Coast Guard, and a medical marijuana patient. I have 3 conditions, only one of which is covered by this. You are the Office for Compassionate Care, and I want to talk about one more form of compassion, and that is there's a war going on. And there are children and people being injured in this war. And we are having an opportunity to come against it. The drug war's front line continues to be marijuana, and the front line of the marijuana continues to be the medical. And people are being harmed by it. I ask that you consider moving the industry, the multi-billion-dollar industry that exists outside those doors, into the medical field. We've done this before in Florida. When things were tough in the Depression, many of our hotels became hospitals for people to recover in. Senator Sobel talked about the jobs that are coming. Those jobs are there right now. But every dollar that are worked in those marijuana jobs right now goes to illegal sources. By opening it up, not just to 7 and building another cartel, but opening it up to the community. There are jobs for children. There are dollars that are going to the wrong side of the drug war that come and cure people. Now, I disagree with the last person in saying that we're not eventually going to go to medical and to recreational, because I think we will. And I think regardless, we need to build a multi-billion-dollar industry with sense and with compassion for the people of Florida. The people who are in that industry now, supplying both recreational and medical needs, are subject to jail, to death, and to all kinds of horrible things, and are giving access to it to people we don't want. I'm asking you, as the Department of Health, under compassionate care, to help end the drug war compassionately. Starting here.
Hi, good day, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
My name is Donnie. I'm a veteran. I served 3.5 years in most of the personal
Thank
stuff.
you for your service.
When I got out of the service, I was homeless. I lived on the streets, and I realized that the people that give you the most help are the people that are on the streets with you. I met a lot of veteran friends. I come from the ground up. I personally see the benefit of CBD. I smoke CBD every single day. I've changed the lives of many veteran friends, as well as I've caretaken for many veterans as well. I've taught them how to grow their own cannabis because I have a knack for growing and I have a knowledge for food. What we put inside our bodies these days is garbage. I don't know who that lady is, but she said 90% of our food is genetically modified. 1.5 years ago, I stopped eating all food from supermarkets and started growing my own. I have tears in my shoulder. I have L1, 2, and 3 are permanently fused. I have my 3rd rib from the lower bottom part of my left is puncturing my lung. I have chronic illness in my back. I live with it every single day. CBD has given me the ability to live happily and comfortably. I've personally taken care of someone on their dying deathbed with cannabis, never smoked a day in her life. My friend Megan looked at me in the face and said, cannabis gave me the ability to be happy and comfortable in my last days. That day, I was 26 years old, I became a believer. To this day, I'm a believer, and if I can help somebody, and if I can take care of somebody, and if I can give somebody the opportunity to learn how to grow their own medicine so they don't have to be reliant on somebody else, I'm all for it. I'm not an expert, I'm not a legal person. I like to live my life quietly. I live in the shadows, and I like to just see other people happy. No more fighting. Let's come together as America, as the state of Florida. Let's give jobs back. And first and foremost, let's give jobs back to the veterans, the people that are on the street. PTSD is a very, very, very tough disease to deal with. You cannot relate to it. Unless you've been through the traumatic diseases or the traumatic incidents that these people have been through, you cannot relate. It's very hard. I'm starting a project now where I'm getting veteran stories. People need to understand their stories because 22 suicides a day is nothing. People don't understand who these people are. They just know they're a number. When Donald Trump said one veteran died and this was a success, one soldier died and this mission was a success, I'm sorry. That's one too many. No one should die. That's all I
How you doing? My name is Felix Benucci. Hard to cover anything unique, given the amount of input that's been provided today. But I just think that one of the things that I think is incredibly important to just think about in general with these laws is that, you know, this is now the 28th state, I think, that's actually legalized medical marijuana. This experiment, if you want to call it that, has happened across more than half the states. And all the people that have been doomsayers around there's really not been, sure there's been hiccups, but in reality, if you look at it, none of these states are in like a state of Armageddon. So in reality, as you look at these laws, you don't need to constantly think about the fear of what's going to happen and what's the greatest amount of turmoil. I think you just need to think about like what people voted on and really think about exactly how we can actually make this more productive.
For pharmaceutical companies.